Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today we're going to have a reading about a big surprise coming up for you. So, what is happening in your life next that will surprise you? For the first pile, we have Pisces, Libra, Taurus, and Cancer. Your card is Ishtar. For the second pile, we have Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, and Capricorn. Your card is the fourth moon mansion with the stone. For the third pile, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Your card is the 12th moon mansion with the fall. Okay, I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the card, your zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is the goddess Ishtar. And this card talks about you having to fight for something that you really want, and also being very close to it, having to adapt or having to shed what is superfluous or what is not very useful to your cause. So what is not productive, having to shed that and to really focus on the very essence of what you want. So that being part of the process of getting something that you want. So this is already telling me that maybe what is surprising to you isn't really getting what you want, because I feel like this is something that you will get no matter what, because it's Ishtar's energy. So it doesn't matter what it takes, I will get it. But what will surprise you maybe will be how much you change and how you progress. Like when you look back and you see how long you have come and how far you have come, and maybe that will surprise you, or something about how you adapt to the future, how you adapt to the changes in your environment, in the context, in the broader context. But let's see if there's more. There's going to be a lot more. So I'm using the moon phase part of the deck separately. It just really makes sense to me like that. So let's see. We have 2 cards. I'll also get the Kipper now. Okay, so what will surprise you? What is your big surprise? Okay, let's start with the moon. We have... So this is the waning gibbous, sorry for the focus, okay. Waning gibbous moon. And it is decreasing in Earth. This is the fruit stage, and the keyword is responsibility. Okay, then we have, wow. So it's just, I was listening, like, and was hearing in my mind, adaptability, responsibility, already with the Ishtar card. So then you have adaptability, and it's another element. So this is increase in air, and this is the first quarter of the moon. It's the leaf stage, and this is the adaptability. The key word is adaptability. So I feel like this is giving me a timing already. So check out the moon phases, because I feel like the moment of that the shift will happen, or that the adaptation is going to be required, that is going to surprise you, is going to be in this phase of the moon. So it's the first quarter, okay? Maybe it will also be an increase in responsibility. So we have a military person. It kind of confirms that responsibility also. Because this is a person who is very responsible, who is very reliable, and has very strong routines, has a very strong direction in life, has a code. So there's a code that this person acts and is ruled by, submits to willingly. Interesting. We have good gentleman. Grief and adversity. Oh, okay. And sad news. Okay. So I feel like you're going to be contacted by someone who is struggling. And I feel like that conversation triggers a sort of a sense of duty in you, or responsibility towards this person, or towards an ideal or a principle. It's like a call to action. I feel like it's a call to action for you to fight for something important, because it's being challenged or menaced. There's something that is threatened. That's the right word. So there's something threatening an important thing. It's an important principle or an important order of things that's under threat, and this person works with that order or institution or job. They have that job, and I feel like they're kind of recruiting you or involving you, because they know that you understand what's really important here. You understand the essential elements of this fight. You understand the very core of this challenge. So you have the moon in Sagittarius. I feel like they're contacting you because they have no other option. It's like they're kind of desperate, and I feel like they see that you are a chance for them to become optimistic again. It's like you're their last hope for something to be better, for something to be saved. A lot of cards there, but let's go with it. Okay. We have Mars in Pisces with escape. Mars in Virgo with criticism. Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. Mars in Gemini with decision. And Mercury in Capricorn with organization. I feel like this person is preparing for a great shift, and they want to involve you. They want to bring you to that. It's also a creative endeavor somehow, but it's something that is very rational. It's very, it's something that needs a lot of pondering, and it needs people who are very well resolved and at peace with themselves, at peace with the world, at peace in a harmony. It's like they transmit this harmony. They give the right amount of freedom, but they also support and create boundaries if necessary. But then you will have to make a decision, because you will have to adapt to this new reality, and this person is going to lay it out on the table for you to decide. Like, this is what it takes. Do you want it? Do you want this? Do you want this responsibility? Do you want this? Does this fulfill you? Does this really engage with your sense of purpose? And do you think you could submit to this role? But it's interesting that it comes from a place of, I feel like, of desperation. Like, I can't see the way out. And I feel like you have some clues about what is the way out. Could you help me? Could you advise me? Or could you come work with me? Because I feel like you have an expertise on this matter that would be a great addition to what I'm doing, and that you could participate in. I don't know. But at the same time, I feel like you're coming in the nick of time to save something from a desperate situation. Will you make this viable? Will you make this work? Okay, so a lot of questions. So more about this person, and more about what is their proposal. What are they presenting, and where they come from? Like, what is their feeling? How's their personality? What is this about? So who's this person? Queen of Staves. Princess of Pentacles. 10 of Staves. So I feel like I was redirected here. I feel like they're talking to me about what they see in you is more important than who they are at this point. All you need to know is what they see in you. And they see someone who is charismatic, optimistic, who is magnetic, and also someone who might be willing to work on this, to transform a desperate situation into a hopeful one. Would mean that you are, it's like you're like the person who can hold something when the pull is very hard, and you hold it just enough and with a lot of strength and with your willpower. It's like they see you as a person who is driven and has a lot of willpower and who will not back down in the face of adversity. You won't give up. You won't give up on spirit. You won't give up on the best outcome possible. And that's why they look for you. And now I'm seeing this more as an abstract or a group and less of just one person. So maybe this person who is representing this organization isn't really that important. So not the person, okay? You need to focus on the whole. And the whole is this institution, organization, company, group of people that you can turn things around and you can make it work again. Love with Venus, and this is the Lovers. King of Staves. Wow. And fertility, this is the Empress with Est Sanat Lehi. And so I feel like whatever they're looking for, it has to do with more with your personality and how you have integrated your, how well integrated and well-rounded your personality is much more important than just skills. Because I feel like they think that you can grow whatever way. It's like you find your way. Whatever skill you need to develop to solve the problems that are, or to complete the task at hand, whatever they are, you are the one who will study and will get things done because your attitude is so positive. And this Lover's card is also emphasizing that the choices you have made consistently up until this moment in your life are they're accruing and they're manifesting into what this organization needs or what society needs also. So it's more like having a very well-rounded personality, being very adaptive, adapt easily, to see solutions, always seek the solutions, to always find a way in the face of adversity. Because I feel like you're coming at a time when a lot of people are facing a lot of adversity, and the people in charge in this organization or in this group are not seeing the way forward, and they're not realizing that it's more about personality and much less about the specific skills. So that's what they are searching for. That's what will surprise you also, because a lot of us have been used to just seeing like good professionals as people who are just skills, and they have a lot of courses, or they have a lot of study hours. They have a lot of proof also that they're able to do things. But here what I'm seeing is a completely different way of recruiting, let's say. That is to choose someone not for their curriculum, their resume, but based on the way on their personality. How can I explain this? Because it will also be a manifestation of your spiritual growth, and maybe this is going to be something that is much more measurable than we think. At least for me, from my perspective, I feel like it would be really innovative to see a company recruit someone not based on their skills at that moment, or the proof that they can do things. But if they could, for example, test you on your character, your moral character, your spirit in face of adversity, because I feel like this is the game changer here. And maybe this is what will also be surprising for some of you. Maybe that's not the case um, for others of you, but I feel like that's going to be a part of the surprise also, the connection that people will feel to you, because maybe they want something that lasts and they want to grow. You have the Empress here, so it's like you need to be able to grow here. And the only way that's possible and tolerable is if there's this connection between people, this I wouldn't call it intimate because it's not exactly intimate, but there's this understanding of where that person is in their spiritual growth, and it makes people feel like they're complicit in a good way, like they have this intuitive bond. Okay. Wow, you have Yamana with balance. Sorry about the focus. This is the Temperance card, so there's this healing. And the Princess of Swords. Okay. So we have Tara with beginnings, Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So that just confirmed to me that the adaptation here will be for you to change from looking at this situation rationally into a more intuitive, having this intuitive insight will change everything. And I feel like it's coming in that moment. It has something to do with the moon. It has something to do with the first quarter of the moon. So whenever you're watching this, because this is timeless, the next first quarter moon will be the moment of change. So you can see in your calendar when this is going to happen, because I also feel like that's important here. The timing is very important. The sense of timing, the small details are important. So timing, being prepared, being emotionally, mentally, and spiritually prepared to achieve this connection. Because I feel like you're creating something that was never done before. And maybe even this organization, while possibly having some very structured rules and strict regulation, they need your connection. They need your spiritual input and your creativity, your ability to see the way out, to see solutions. So you're being sought after by someone in the name of an organization or a group that needs your participation. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to also grow and learn a lot in the direction that you have always dreamt of, because I feel like this is a choice that comes from a higher sense of purpose for you. And I feel like you'll be surprised at how you can change and adapt, and how you can feel really good and actually empowered and liberated to be exactly who you are and to be very loving in a very strict and regulated environment, because I feel like you will change things because you're like that, and you will change things for the better, especially for the collective, for everyone's sake, in a very challenging time. Very, there's a lot of hardship here in this company, in this institution, in this collective, and your contribution is going to be a game changer for them, because you will seek solutions and you will be very positive. You will uplift the group also. Beautiful. Very inspiring. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm also creating some special content for the month of August for all the newsletter subscribers. I hope to see you there. You can subscribe in my website. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is the 4th Moon Mansion with Stone. And this card is about keeping the tradition, family tradition, keeping the connection with the material aspect also of your family tradition and heirloom assets, real estate, or just the family estate, or just a family inheritance that might come in different ways and shapes and forms. But I feel like this has a very material feeling to it, because it is Taurus and Saturn. There's a strictness here, but it's also about protecting something that is very important, that is very solid for you. Okay, so let's start with the Egyptian tarot or oracle. So is there any? Okay, so a surprise that's coming up for you. So we have Min. Okay. So just give me a moment so that I can see if this is okay. Okay, that's probably better. Min. Who is kind of like the devil card in this deck. It's very good for material, anything material. Akhenaten, similar to the Emperor. And the River Nile. Number 14. Yeah, I feel like this can be related to temperance, but it is the meanings of these cards are a bit different. Interesting. So what is surprising pile number 2? What is coming to you as a big surprise? Okay, that's it. So we have the black moon or the new moon in water in the dormant stage, and this is isolation. And then we have the last quarter with the decrease in earth, and this is the fall stage, and the keyword is principles. Principle. Okay, so right away I'm getting some information, and I feel like what is going to surprise you. is that you are going to be the leader of the leader of a tradition, or you're leading people, your family, or a group of people that you consider family, towards tradition, or in a traditional way, or into ancient things, or with ancient wisdom and ancient information. I feel like you're getting access to something about your ancestors, or something about your family. That will probably put you in at the forefront of something, or leading something. I feel like what will surprise you here will not only be the way that that happens, but also because it will feel like an awakening. So it will feel like there's something that's going to happen that's going to trigger a sort of an awakening of a leader. It's like you being in the leadership role, and that's going to surprise you, like how much of the leader you really are, how you're leading people. It feels quite peaceful, although you have isolation, dormant stage. But this is telling me that you're not aware of what is happening. You're not aware of your own power in this, and I feel like you're going to get that information. And so we're going to see how, and what will it mean for you personally. So what is this big surprise about for pile number 2? Okay. We have the sun in Cancer with resourcefulness. So I feel like this has something to do with your material assets, with the way you manage resources. Mars in Leo with egotism. But that's what I'm seeing. It's you being kind of singled out, and like isolation. So you're the one. It's like you're the one that has to do it. There's no one else. Saturn in Leo with generosity. And Moon in Capricorn with practicality. So I feel like it's like you're the only one with the expertise here, or with the knowledge, or with the role. You are in the correct position to do this. But what is going to surprise you, I feel, is that you are the only one. So maybe you were hoping for other people to join you, or for having this team maybe, or more people to talk about this. But I feel like you're going to achieve a point in your development, in your growth, that you'll be kind of alone. And you are alone not because it's not a bad sign. It's just that you're the only one who's capable of doing something specific. And it's your path to do this. It's your mission, no one else's. And I feel like that will surprise you, because maybe you thought that you could share certain aspects of your life, or certain how do I say this? Maybe I feel like you weren't aware of how powerful you really were, and that you were the one who had to kind of give the orders. You were the one who had to set the example, because maybe that's strange, or maybe this is, you might feel like it's an inversion, or like the roles are inverted, or that it shouldn't be your place, or it's not my place to say that, I shouldn't judge, or I shouldn't say certain things. But I feel like you're being called upon to express your authority in a certain way. It's also about being generous with your time and generous with your resources, but also in charge of those resources, because you know how to do things, you know how to do a specific thing really well, or you know how to manage things in general really well, and you need to focus on, it's like you need to focus on your mind, on how you think things could be, and be very, it seems like you're being self-centered, but actually you're just sure about how you think things should be. And that's okay. That's not arrogance, and that's not, being overbearing, not in this situation, because you're doing this for the higher purpose. That is to be loyal to a tradition, to be loyal to a certain line of thought that was also bestowed to you by your ancestors, by your family. So it's kind of it seems like you're in power for a good reason. So you're being given this power, and if you don't allow it to be um, deviated or tampered with, changed in or defaced, it will also be very healing for others to see your authority expressed in such a way. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's jump in to the tarot. I feel like people will rejoice when they see you like radiate your inner sun like this. Your personality will be expressed in this very practical way, maybe even in objects like you can touch and see, or something that's like work done. There's something that is divulged or is seen, is now exhibited. Everyone can see it, and I feel like they're going to be rejoicing in that light and basking in that light from spirit. 3 of Pentacles. So it seems like people will also see you are a very hardworking person. 4 of Pentacles. Very wise with your resources. Very, very wise. Ace of Pentacles. I also feel like you're going to be surprised by your decisions. Like, you make very good decisions here. And you also feel like you have made very good decisions in the past. And although they might have required a bit of sacrifice, or maybe submitting to certain limitations. 5 of Swords. But they were the right thing. They were the correct thing to do. Okay, just let me see where this is going. Six of Pentacles. And the 2 of Wands. Okay. So I guess you'll be very surprised by the help you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of gratitude also from others. You're going to have anything material will be surprisingly good. This is what I'm seeing here. Everything material is really blessed by a powerful force from heaven. It's just incredible. And it will also make you stand out. Three of Swords. Seven of Cups. Nine of Cups. And Five of Pentacles. You have the fives here connected. So I feel like maybe even there might be a little bit of sadness in having this responsibility. I don't know why yet. I'm going to get into it, but I don't feel like it's exactly imprisonment, but feeling restricted. It's more like feeling like things are repeating themselves. Maybe you feel like you're doing something that your family has already did, and that you are there's a pattern that you need to break. And maybe you thought that, okay, my family is like that because they're stuck in this situation and they have all this responsibility to deal with, all these, I don't know, these bills, these expenses, or because there's a lot of material concerns here. So maybe you thought that that was imprisoning people. And I feel like you're having the chance to heal that pattern, to do that. So to embrace that ownership and also that place in society, to embrace it and to also heal the pattern. I also feel like you thought that if you would do things like this, you would never achieve your dreams. You would never be able to do the things that you enjoy doing. But it's actually the opposite, because you'll only be able to do things exactly as you want them because you will have this work done. And this is also about incremental, so an effort that is compounding. So you don't need to do things all over again. You're never going to start from the very beginning or from scratch. You're going to build upon what you are now doing. So it's a very solid, very successful way of approaching matter and material possessions or material things. Because if we, so this is what I'm seeing, and I don't know, I haven't gotten into the part of the advice yet, but it feels like this is also getting there. It's like, if you see matter not as something that imprisons you, but as something that directs your energy towards a certain goal, if you start something that is born from the very beginning, from its very inception, with a good intention, and that is very well managed and very well directed, it will start compounding, and it gains momentum, and it starts, from the seed, it starts to sprout, and it starts to grow, and then it's a small tree, and then it's a big tree, and then it just gives shade and fruits. And so it's like, before you know it, things will start showing their potential, and showing you their fruits. And that changes, that there's something there that changes the spiritual nature of your presence, so much so that it heals a pattern in your family. It's like healing a pattern of self-sacrifice or of submitting to things that you don't enjoy, because maybe there were moments when your family or your ancestors or that pattern, the people involved in that pattern, they decided not to correct the course of the tree. And it ended up being a grave mistake later on. So if you're very careful and you tend to the tree and you direct its growth, and it stands taller and taller and taller, one day you will not need to do that anymore. You won't need to be vigilant anymore because it's so strong. It will withstand storms, and it will be hardier and stronger than even a human could be. It will survive generations. So this is, I feel like, the process that you're going through. So what will surprise you, I feel like, is going to be the healing that will surprise you, because you will see yourself doing things a little bit differently. It's like you're doing the same things, but you're doing them your way. You're doing them a little bit differently, and you're being more vigilant and more aware of the tiny details and the implications, even the spiritual implications or the emotional implications of everything that you can touch and change and put into place or direct the resources. Every decision, every tiny decision matters right now. And you'll be surprised that very soon you'll see that everything that you did turned into something even better than you thought. And it's something so solid that you can stop doing that and transcend even the actions of your ancestors or your family or the pattern. Okay, you can transcend the pattern because you don't feel like it's dragging you down, like it's limiting you. It's actually freeing you. Ace of Wands. Knave of Swords. The Chariot. And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so now I see that you're going to be surprised because you're doing something that seems like just everyday life, like I have to do this is an obligation, or this is a responsibility that I have. It's my work, it's the thing, my responsibility. And suddenly you will get how do I say this with, it has to be expressive. I feel like it's like warp speed somehow, feeling like you're pulled in another direction suddenly, because I feel like that everyday action, that everyday routine is going to include an opportunity. It's like getting a brilliant business idea from a client. It's like a client says something and it suggests that you should do, you're really good at this, why don't you do things like this and that, because it would be more successful. And suddenly you get this business idea that's incredible for you, that's just the right fit for your personality, the right fit for your life's mission. It gives you purpose, it gives you motivation. So I feel like you're going to have this surge of motivation very soon that will also include this healing, and it will include all the work that you have done previously. And you think, wow, this is brilliant because I don't have to start from scratch. I don't have to kind of learn something from, beginner's level. I am already quite skilled at something, that whatever this is, and I can do so much more and so much better with this great idea. So that's interesting. That's going to be a big surprise for you. So be on the lookout for these casual conversations with clients or with people who you work with, or even friends and family, maybe, because there might be some ideas floating around. And I feel like in that moment, you're going to feel like a pull, like, wow, like someone pushes you from behind, like, go for it. You're going to feel like physically drawn to this. So maybe it will be so strong and so inspiring that you will start doing it like that moment, whatever this is. So it's like you're propelled into action immediately. You go back to work, like you go to work. You just go for it. Very interesting opportunity that you're getting. So be on the lookout for that surprising conversation. It will be a great upgrade for you. It will turn things into so much they'll be so much more pleasurable and joyful for you if you follow your gut feeling in that moment, like, I will try this now, let's see if it works, and it will. So beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am also preparing some special content for August, so all the newsletter subscribers will receive it in their mail. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is the 12th moon mansion with the fall. And the fall can be about making an impulsive decision, but also about course correcting and maybe trying to correct some mistakes and to save a situation. Okay, so let's get you some moon phase cards. So what is this big surprise about? Oh, it just didn't want to come out. But is there anything more? Okay, maybe this one. Okay, so we have the first quarter, increase in earth. This is the leaf stage, and the keyword is stability. This is the waning crescent moon. This is the decrease in fire, seed stage with deal. And then, okay, so we have the waning gibbous moon, decrease in water, fruit stage with compromise. So maybe this is how you will save this situation, is by compromising, making a deal. Maybe you will prioritize stability. Okay, so what is this surprise about for pile number 3? All these cards? Okay. We have Mercury in Pisces with inspiration. Okay. Moon in Libra with companionship. So making a deal with someone or a group of people. Jupiter in Leo with publicity. Sun in Capricorn with achievement. Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. And Saturn in Libra with devotion. Okay, so it already feels to me like you're joining someone that you never thought you would connect to, or even be working with this person or with this energy. There's something that you would never consider that is happening, and I feel like it's maybe help, or what you thought was going to come from a group of people comes from another group of people or another person. So I feel like you're going in the wrong direction right now. So that's how I'm seeing this card now, is that you're running towards the water and you're falling off. It's the fall. And the other people are saying, no, don't go there. Come here, come here. And you're like, bye, no, I don't want that. And it's impulsive behavior maybe, or it's just you're focused on it and you're not really considering this this solution here, this hypothesis. You're not considering something. You're just turning your back on them, and I feel like maybe you should go in the other direction. But it's actually really positive, and it's going to give you a lot of stability. It's very good. I feel like you're just maybe not seeing. You're not seeing it. You're focused on something else, and maybe you're just distracted. Okay, so this is probably just a matter of you sitting down a little bit and focusing, and not being so focused on this one thing. So maybe I would say any kind of meditation would help, would really help you see other ways, because sometimes meditation helps us detach from whatever's happening. There are a lot of guided meditations out there, and there are a lot of techniques. I enjoy some of them, and maybe I would, I don't know why, but I feel like I should talk about one of them, a very specific technique that I have tried, that I feel like is really useful, at least for me, which is to focus on specific parts of your body. So, now I would say that I would be careful with that, maybe, because sometimes we have pain points in our body that can trigger surges of information that might confuse us further. So, okay, just give me one moment, because I will search for the name of this person that has really interesting techniques. Just 1 second. Okay, so I was talking about Dr. Mario Martinez, and he has a book called The Mind-Body Code. And he used to have a lot of lectures online, but now his channel has so many videos that I couldn't really find the specific ones that I saw a few years ago, some years ago. But I found that his insights were very helpful for me to apply to my meditations, because they helped me engage with my body, and also to focus my attention um, in a better way, because it was too focused on pain points or fears or like visions that were kind of triggered at that moment because I was going through a hard time. And it helped me so much because it helped me to um, make my awareness a little bit wider and bigger and more um, abstract and less just obsessed with little issues or details, because I was really having a hard time resting my mind and my body because I had so many issues in my life and tough problems for me that it was really hard for me to um, direct my focus. So to be in charge of my focus. And I feel like you're very focused on something and you have to go the other way. So finding ways and using like these different tools. If you also like practice some sport, maybe that will also help, because I'm focusing and concentrating on meditation, but it can be something else, because some people just have a hard time just sitting in meditation. There are walking meditations, there are meditations with music and dance. You know, you have all these kinds of techniques, but I feel like you have to find one that really unplugs you from this specific path that you're going towards, because I feel like you need to see other options that you're not seeing at the moment. Okay. Four of Swords. Whenever I see Four of Swords, I always think about also peace of mind, getting into that meditation zone and into that flow in your mind. We have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like that's what it's just confirming what I'm seeing here, is that there are people kind of offering things to you and wanting to contact you. Maybe they can't. Maybe there's something that is blocking their communications. Maybe you're not getting the messages. We have Temperance. So there might be some glitches, like technological glitches, that are they're not helping. For some of you, that might be the case, but not all of you. So maybe for some of you, you should check your spam. You should check different accounts. If you have more than one account, like email account, you should check all your email accounts. You should check your mail, even like the snail mail. You should just check if you're getting everything. If you're yeah. Check if you got all the messages and if you didn't miss something there. And this is just for some of you. Six of Wands. Two of Swords with peace. So we have peace and truce. So it also might be that someone wants to make a deal with you, or that you're going to make a deal with someone that maybe you thought you were fighting against, or you were fighting for something, and you're going to arrive at a good deal, a good place. And maybe they're already trying to contact you. There's movement there, and it's going to be very, very soon. It's going to be very quick. I feel like in a few days, this is going to surprise you. Five of Wands with dispute. So there you go. I do think that this might be maybe it's even someone or an organization or group of people that denied you an opportunity, or that had a you thought was a negative response to what you presented or to your proposal, whatever you showed them. And they're like, no, come back, come back, we're not done, there's something else. That might be for someone, but I do feel like you're going in not the wrong direction. It's not wrong, it's right for you right now, but it's not the direction that you're going to decide to go to, because you're going to change. You're going to change your mind about something. And it is those people that you're running from. So I feel like they're not new in your life. They might have something to do with a connection that you have already made. Knight of Wands. It's going to be a quick turnaround. Prince of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. I feel like someone is really making an impression. Someone has made an impression, or is going to make an impression, and is going to seize the opportunity. So there's this. So maybe when you get that message, you're going to change your direction immediately. You're going to just go for it, and it's going to feel like a win, like you have made it. You can finally rest because you did things correctly. Everything fits into its rightful place, but it's really not the way that you're going towards at the moment. The Hermit. The Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Okay, 2 cards. We have the Moon and wow. Very powerful ending here of the reading. So this is a really powerful spiritual outcome of this. It feels to me like it's a reconciliation. This is you reconciling with someone also. So for some of you, this is very probably professional. It's not, there's not so much, there might be a little bit of an emotional investment, but it's not very passionate. But for others of you, it might be something that is, it can be like a new connection, like a spiritual or a romantic connection that's really important to you, and that you decide to pursue, or that person decides to say, no, wait, don't go, I want to be with you, I want to grow, I want to do something with you. I feel like there's a big clash of energies. This is I'm talking about two people who have very different backgrounds or very different energies, ways of doing things, and you're like, no, this is never going to work. There's this split somehow, and I feel like what's going to surprise you is that it's actually coming towards you. So if this is not something that you would like, that you would love to happen, I don't feel like this reading is for you, because although this has a lot of spiritual growth here, it feels like something good, something wholesome, something beautiful, something that makes you optimistic towards life. It inspires you. So this relationship is unexpectedly coming back as a great blessing in your life. It can lead to a lot of growth, but it can also be just you and just a very deep connection, okay, to someone spiritual, romantic, or life mission, life purpose. So this can also be romantic or about, sorry, not romantic, professional, or just about something that you're really passionate about, that you really enjoy doing. It's part of your mission here. So someone is saying, just come back here and we'll sign this deal. Or don't go, I want to be with you, I want to grow with you, to grow old with you maybe. You have devotion here, and we also have the sun and the moon. It's like till death do us part. It's really powerful and magical here. It will feel amazing. It will also feel like there's a conflict that is going to be resolved. There are two energies that are fighting, that are they have a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension here that is being harmonized. It's being brought together. Not only dissipate, it doesn't also only dissipate the tension, it creates a perfect balance. This almost like a chemical reaction that is very harmonious, it's very stable. It stabilizes the moods of the person, of the people involved, stabilizes their emotional bodies, gives them a sense of purpose, a sense of spiritual growth. There's also a maturity here, a sense of achievement. Maybe this is like someone who you dream of maybe marrying one day, because there's a lot of alchemical symbols here that lead to this idea of connection, of harmony, of balance. The Four of Swords, Two of Swords, this coming together. And also with the moon here, this really being driven by subconscious forces, really, really powerful. And with the Chariot, it's the drive is really strong. So if you would miss this message, or if you would not get back with this person, or not give them a chance at least, I think that you would regret it. So, and this is only possible, and this is only real for those of you who really want this connection. If this is something that you're doubting, or that is, it's shaky, then it's not for you, because I feel like the people here are very intent. They have a very strong mindset and idea. They're very strong-minded and strong-willed, all the people involved here. So you're very sure of what you want. I don't think you have doubts about what you want. You might not know exactly what it entails and everything that, needs to be done. You don't know how to walk the whole path, but you know where you're going, and you know that you're going in the right direction. If you give this a chance, if you reconcile this energy. So I feel like this is a turn of events that will surprise you. Maybe the messages, or the words that these people or this person uses, they're going to surprise you. There's something that's really persuasive here also. It makes an impression. It's very impressive. It's very inspiring and passionate, expressive. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm also preparing some special content for the newsletter subscribers for the month of August, so make sure you subscribe, and you will find the website down below. I hope to see you again very soon.